Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies and Enchanted Paper Cottage over on TikTok. I'm here today to experiment with these dies. I got these from Beebeecraft, and if you go back a few videos, you will see the unboxing for these. So I wanted to try them out on here today. If you're interested in these or any of the things that I got in my Beebeecraft unboxing, I will have them linked down below. They also gave me a coupon code for you guys. So if you are interested in anything on their website, you can get 10% off your order if you use the code Lace10. And the 10 is just the digit number 10. So Lace10, and that information will be down in the description box as well. So I am excited to use these because the project that I'm working on, it calls for intricate, lacy, feminine things. So that's what we're going to make. And I am going to make extras of these for my collage basket. And I think these these dies and the die cuts that they're going to make is going to be a game changer for my collaging. So I'm excited to do that. But before we jump in, I did look this up again, and it says that, well, this is a silk screen. So I was telling you guys in the unboxing video that there's a very fine screen on here. It's actually a silk screen. So, and the sticky back, you can stick it onto fabric, wood, whatever you want to paint, and it'll hold the stencil there so that the paint doesn't seep to the edges. And supposedly you can wash this and it'll re-stick. But yeah, so I wanted to mention that. And of course that's from the Beebeecraft unboxing as well. All right, so I pulled out some papers. I am in like a mauvey, blushy, light pink cream kick. So that's what I'm envisioning in my head. So those are the types of papers I pulled out. I have this kind of tan color right here. I have some manila folder scraps. And then I have this piece of packaging. I have this gray right here. Let me see if this gray would be a little bit different. Yeah, let's throw this in the mix. And then I have these pinks. This is scratch paper. So like a lighter pink, a darker pink. Then I also pulled out these that I embossed, but my embossing folder is not working so well anymore. I probably have to put something thicker in there. But I thought I would die cut these semi-embossed papers and see how that turns out. I have this fantasy that one day, because how I'm into this whole blush, shades of blush and mauve, I really want to dedicate a few hours to making avocado dyed paper and just doing like a light version and then a darker one, and it gradually gets darker until there's a very dark one, so that I can make these shades of paper on my own. So that's my goal for this summer. I hope I can do that because I think that'll be a really good way, a good inexpensive way to get some different shades of paper and just to use natural, like, avocado dye to give that a handmade feel and just to make it very customizable to what I need. But today we're going to use these scraps, which I'm pretty happy with the array that I pulled. I also have these paint chips that I got a few months ago, and this is the kind of color scheme I'm into these days. Let's see if I can arrange it in a better tone. Yeah, like these types of colors, and then these as well. I think these are so pretty. Unfortunately, these dies don't fit in here. Oh, they do. I think I was trying to go like that. So I think we're going to go ahead and die cut these. I was going to save them, but I think it's going to work out. So I could even do this and then have a few small pieces. Yeah, I think we'll try it. And then if I find myself in Home Depot or one of those stores again, I'll grab some more paint swatches. Don't tell Home Depot though. All right, so let's get started with these pieces. Pieces that I have the most of, but I think before we do that, I'm going to cut these papers down to size, just so I don't have to keep stopping in a second. All right. So let's do that. Those sizes are okay. I'm going to fold this in half. Cut this down really quick. Cut this down as well. I hope these colors are going to be good for my collaging, because I'm kind of mass making this for my collage projects as well. So hopefully these will work out nicely. All right. Should have done this one too, but there we go. So let's try it with this paper first, and I'm just going to get a feel for all the different little dies to see which one I like. I really should switch out my plates, but I'm just gonna keep on trucking along with these until they fall apart, which they almost are. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few of the smaller dies in this area because this paper is folded. So we'll test this out and see how these look. And I really try to use up as much of my page as possible, putting it to the edge and using up every inch of the paper, which is sometimes it sometimes backfires because I'll be cutting off of the edge. Okay. Let's see if we have to do a lot of weeding with these dies. And as I'm doing this, I need to kind of orient myself because some dies are like this one where you're getting the positive impression, I think. So like with this die, you get an actual piece. So that's going to be the piece that you glue onto your work. And then this die, you're getting the negative piece, right? Oh, I think this was too close. We'll try it again. We'll try this rose one again, but this is like not a piece that you pick up and you glue on. This is an actual part of the paper. So why don't I just tear? So that's what we'll do with this rose one. We're just going to tear, then I can use this in whatever piece I'm working on. So let's see how quickly I can weed this out. Okay. All right. That is too small. So let me do this. I'm going to tear this piece off. And maybe we can do a couple of roses. And I'm just going to roll it through twice. Okay. I don't want to rip anything. It's really hanging onto the paper. So that's cute. I think it'll be cute to layer with stenciling, with lace, with embossing. I think that's really cute. All right, let's do one more on this to kind of fill out the page and see how it looks with two on the same page. So let's go ahead. And let me try to put it in here where it doesn't look like it's just a mirror image of the same thing. And this is pretty thin, so I don't want to get it very close to the other one. but I want it to look random. So let's just try that. I don't want it to look like I just did two of the same thing, but I don't want them to run into each other either. All right, let me kind of punch these through. Okay, now I'm going to loosen the edges very carefully. I feel like mass making a bunch of these while you're watching a show or something could be kind of therapeutic with the weeding and the peeling off and all. Okay, so there we have that. I'm going to throw it into this basket and we're going to experiment with a few more pieces. Now I forgot to take this out from that first go around. So let's see how this one looks. So there we just have like a, kind of looks just like a design. So we have those three. Now let's try some of these corner ones. Get rid of this piece right here, and let's try to be a little more efficient. Let me see how much I can fit onto one piece. We already did these three. Let me do these two together to see how they look. So far, I think I like the roses the best. So let's see how these turn out. These are a little bit more intricate, and I did not separate the envelope edges from the metal. So they're just cutting out together. And I'm rolling this through a few more times than usual because it is very intricate. And I want to make sure that it cuts. So let me do this end a few extra times. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. I know that Diane H uses a dryer sheet to separate so that it doesn't stick onto the dye so much. I don't have dryer sheets, but I feel like they would really help out in this case. All right, these dyes are the kind where you need to do it on the piece itself, if that makes sense. So it's not like I can just take this and glue it somewhere. I mean, I guess I could, but I think this is meant for you to cut it out on the actual envelope. But let's see what we have. They're very delicate. Perhaps you get a positive and a negative from this. It is very intricate though. And we will find out if all the pieces cut through. I mean, you guys saw me, right? I rolled it through quite a few times. Okay, so there's this piece right here. I'm thinking I like it, but I need to take a look. Yeah, I really like that. It's kind of vintage to me, kind of vintage retro. It almost reminds me of like art on what do you call it? Meet Me in St. Louis. It kind of reminds me of that type of detail for some reason. I could be totally wrong, but that's what it reminds me of, and that's why I think it looks very vintage. Vintage, kind of whimsical vintage. I think this one might end up looking like that too. I'm going to tell you right off the bat that the only downside is you have to do quite a bit of weeding. I don't think that part cut very well. So that is a bit of a downside, but the design is beautiful. And I think if you have a dryer sheet, that would work great on something like this. But I think this is really pretty as well. I could totally see myself using this in like a collage. So I love that. Love those two. Now let me finish weeding out this, and I think I'm going to cut this so that it'll do what it's meant to do. And I might separate these because the metal is cutting in there. All right, I think this should be cut right there. So that would be like the envelope flap. It could also be the corner of the page. Like a little bit of a frame. So there's that piece. And then see, this would be the envelope. Let me cut a straighter line. And then this would be the envelope. Let's go ahead and separate this. Let me finish weeding this really quick. Hopefully it's not going to take too long. I'm trying to go fast. And let's separate these dies and have one more go around with that other piece, that other triangle piece. And I didn't intend to use this specifically for envelopes, so okay, this is very, it's kind of hard to know how to come at this because maybe I need to snip it. I'm scared that I'm bending it. Okay, there we have one. And then I'm going to take off these extra pieces. I'm just putting these metal pieces down here because I know I'm going to clean this entire surface. But if I wasn't, I would definitely put it into the trash because I don't want bits of metal. I feel like the aluminum is like doing something. I think this would be easier to do without nails. Well, this isn't aluminum, right? Because it has to be stronger than that. Okay, let me... Is this supposed to be a piece on its own? I'm not sure. I'm guessing because this would be weird, right? To have these little pieces. This is pretty tricky. I don't want to indent the die. Okay, let me do that later. Let me finish taking these pieces off of here. And we're gonna try it with this one. Let me see if I can get this apart. I feel like I just need to get one part off, then it'll make the other sides easier to do. Okay. So we have that piece, and I'm assuming this is just going to cut the paper to the right size. But let's just go ahead and try these. So we know what this looks like. That was this piece right here. So let me just see what fits here. I need a big piece for this one. That would be good if I had some envelopes right here. But let's just try it with this. This is the thicker cardboard. Okay, let's just do this piece. Straighten this out. Okay. If I was doing it on an envelope, I would use washi tape to hold it down. Okay. Let's hope that that was enough. Let me just emulate an envelope here and see how it turns out. It's a very cute design. So I'm going to go along the edge and along this edge. Again, it has that same style as the other piece. Very cute and charming. I'm not gonna weed it all out, but you can see how cute that is. I think it would be cute to do like a square too, somehow. But I think it's really cute. I love that. All right, now let me finish weeding out this one. I think I really like how those envelope edges look. So I think I'm going to be making envelopes for the project I'm working on, because that's a really cool look. And when I was ordering these dies, that's what I was thinking we're going for, that look. All right. This again is very intricate as well. I think tomorrow I'm gonna spend a good part of the day just making a bunch of these. And seeing how I can use these for the projects that I'm working on. All right, so let me trim this up. All right, that would be really cute in a collage spread, I think. All right, so I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna try this die, and let's see what we get. Okay, this is very close to the edge, so let's hope that it works out. Okay, I aborted the mission. Let's try it again. All right. Okay. This one seems a little easier to weed because the pieces aren't as curly. So I hope I like this one. I went very close to the edge. But I feel like that's what you would have to do if you're doing an actual envelope. I'm going to trim it up really quick. This is living on the edge right here. I'm so close to the edge of it. Alright, I think that's really cute as well. It's so cute on this pink paper. Alright, so let's kind of go over everything I did. I'm going to tell you guys what my favorites are. I think this looks really good on a thicker cardboard. I feel like they look so different. Okay, so my favorites are this one, this, and these little curly ones right here. Look at how cute that looks against the white background. So these are my favorite, the roses, the two little curly ones, and this edge of the envelope punch. But I think all of these will be really cool in my collaging, so I'm super excited to use them. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how these dies work. And if you're interested in them or anything else on Beebeecraft, I will have the website linked down below, and I will also have that coupon code for you guys down there. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.